Hello everybody and welcome to the game. It's here. We're finally here. We are in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, taking on the Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC title game. It is 11 versus 12. So I forgot to record the little intro part for this. So we're just getting right into the action already in this video. If you remember, we did play Georgia earlier on in the season, towards the middle part of our season, and they beat us 10-7 at Samford in Athens. So this is essentially a rematch of sorts. I don't feel super confident going up against Georgia for a rematch. I'd rather be playing another team in the East, but regardless, we did make it to the SEC Championship game after an amazing win streak puts us in a great position. We are 9-4 coming into this game, and because of that win streak, we've worked our way into the rankings, even though we have no business as a 4-loss team being close to the top 10, or especially ranked over Georgia, but, you know, that's how the rankings in this game work. You know, it gets kind of weird and foolish, so Georgia must have lost a game towards the very end of the season, and that's why they are probably 12, probably dropped out of the top 10, but either way, we're getting into the SEC Championship game. I can't believe we're saying that for year one. I've done some sims of this season and trying to do this series a couple different times, and it never works out this well. So I'm glad that the time I actually did get it going and uploaded, we're finally seeing some success here. But the Bulldogs are also seeing some success on offense as they already creep into Crimson Tide territory with a nice pass from about midfield here. Pressure was on the quarterback. Looks like some contact might have even gotten home, but it was a nice play, nice read. So first and 10 here, just 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Both offenses just kind of dilly-dallying through the first quarter and almost picked off. Number 5 tried to jump that route but just mistimed it a little bit, and Georgia finds an open receiver along the sideline, and now it's going to be goal to go for the Bulldogs here. They're looking to strike early in this game, so on first and goal they're going to bring a man in motion here in the I formation. They're going with a pitch play to the running back. He breaks off one tackle but can't really keep on his feet after breaking that tackle, so he's going to be brought down in the backfield off of that first play. So second and goal here now from about the 6, and they're going to go with an option play here, and the quarterback's going to fake the pitch and keep it himself and sneak into the end zone. That fake pitch looks like it just about threw off the defender that probably could have made the tackle and kept 14 out of the end zone, but he got thrown off by the fake pitch. So 7-0 is your score after 1 quarter of play. Georgia again with the football, as we've been unable to do much with the ball on offense against Georgia's defense, but Georgia's doing great things on offense as it's a huge pass play, and I feel like that defender probably could have dove and made the tackle, but for some reason he stands on his feet and just doesn't make the play for it. So it's a humongous reception, passing TD for the Bulldogs offense. And look how closely in pursuit, man. Number 10 was just right on his tail the entire time. Just dive, man. Make the tackle. You could even see that number 25 had to make the dive just to get into the end zone. So I don't know why he didn't dive, but it's a CPU. We won't question it. So 14-0 is your score here. It's 3rd and 11 for the Crimson Tide offense. We are deep in our own territory. A long ball from number 12, and he finds 84 along the sideline in triple coverage, but he had a half step on about all of them. So that was a great placed ball by 12, and that gets us a new sign on life on this drive here. But already the Bulldogs trying to stop us on 3rd down, and we leave it to 21, and he does what he has been doing all season, gets us just a few more yards to get the first down, and we now have a fresh set of downs moving along as this drive continues, but again moving the wrong direction as Georgia's defense is trying to stand firm and keep us off of the scoreboard. So on 3rd and 14, clean pocket, 12 finds number 84. He's just kind of there on like a curl route, just kind of standing there waiting. It's not really a nice play, just a check down for number 12, and so 4th and 9 is coming up. But Sick Nabin, man, aggressive in the title game, already down 2 scores late in the first half here. Going to keep the offense on the field. Going to see if we can not only get the 9 here, but maybe even get some points as pressure comes on to number 12, and he just avoids it narrowly and finds 27, who hauls it in and cuts up field and gets a first down and a little bit more. So now it's goal to go. Could have turned it over on downs, but instead we have a fresh set of downs inside the 10. So number 12 drops back under the clean pocket and throws an absolute duck to a defender standing firm in the end zone. That was never open. I don't know what he saw. He had a nice play earlier in this game where he was able to get it over the defenders' heads, but that one was just, I don't know, man. That he was sitting on that ball the entire time. So Georgia can't do anything with the football. They have to give it back to us before the first half comes to a close. So on 1st and 10, we throw it out to number 2, who gets out of bounds to stop the clock for us, just shy of the first down. So on 2nd and 2, now number 12 going to roll out a little bit here and nearly picked off again. Another terrible decision by number 12. That receiver was nowhere in the vicinity, just overshot it by a lot. So on 3rd and 2, Bringing him into motion, only 12 seconds left to go in the half here, coming down to our last chance or two to get some points. Number 12 going to roll out of the pocket, and it's a deep ball to the end zone, and number 21, the running back, is wide open in the end zone, and he's going to haul this one in, and we finally answer back to Georgia. Better late than never, I guess. So late in the first half here, potentially one of the last plays of the half, and we find a humongous reception from number 21. He's been doing both pretty well all season long. He's been a good threat with his hands as well as just on the ground. And so that's going to cut the score in half. So 7-14 is your score in the SEC title game. But Georgia is on the move again from about our 44-yard line. Number 14 getting caught up in his own backfield, but he gets rid of it in time, finds 82, breaks off a tackle, and there's no one else that's going to catch him as he gets into the end zone. So Georgia scores again. So we kind of silenced our offense late in that first half. We were finally able to just keep him off the board, keep him from moving the football. But to start off the half here, I guess some of your Crimson Tide defenders are still stuck in the locker room. They haven't realized that the game has resumed, and so an easy touchdown for UGA as now the third quarter is ticking away late here. We got to get something going here as we are behind a couple scores, and number 12 finds number 2, who cuts up field here. It was a nice little check down, about 4 or 5 yards to get the first down, but he also cuts up field and gets us plenty more. So we like to see those kind of heads-up plays from number 2. But again, Georgia's defense standing firm here. Another third and long situation. Number 12 dropping back. He's got plenty of time here, avoids some pressure, and gets it off to 84, who gets blasted, man, and fumbles the ball on the ground, on the turf. And there was about 4 or 5 Bulldog defenders just surrounding him like sharks, man. So there was no Crimson Tide players in the vicinity to even try to recover that fumble. That was all Georgia all day long. So the third quarter is going to come to a close. Georgia now with the football, and 21-7 is your score still. So Georgia coming out of our little intermission here. They've ran a couple plays here, but they're going to fumble the football and give it right back to the Crimson Tide. So we finally get a turnover. We've got 2 in this game, but we finally get a turnover of our own. So we're going to finally move the ball here on offense. Hopefully, number 12 going to go for the option. It's a dangerous pitch, but 21 heads-up play to make sure that he grabs it, and he does still have enough for the first down. So that's going to be a fresh set of downs here just outside of the red zone. No one in the backfield for number 12 as he steps to the side and tries to throw it to the opposite end of the field here. I think it's 84 who we found it is, as he hauls that one in right at the sticks, and it's going to be good for a first down. So 1st and 10 just outside of the 10 now, about the Bulldog 11 or 12, and it's going to drop back and floats another one to the corner of the end zone, and that one is hauled in somehow by, I think, number 2. He somehow got his hands on that football and hauled it in. And Georgia's been running with double and triple coverage all game long. It's been tight windows for number 12 to find. And outside of that horrendous pick that he threw in the end zone, he's done rather well. So we've got Georgia now stopped on a 3rd and 13, just under 2 minutes. They're trying to burn as much clock as possible and play some keep away with us. And they're going to fake the handoff, and pressure's coming from the DB, and that one's read perfectly well by our secondary and blocked. So 4th and 13 coming up for UGA, and they're probably going to have to punt this one away to us. So 1 and 35 minutes left to go. We are at about midfield, so we have plenty of control of this ball game right now, as we can at least burn as much clock as possible to get down into the end zone and at least tie the game. So number 12 drops back all day to throw, and he finds number 2, and that momentum takes number 2 out of bounds. He's well short of the marker, but that is going to stop the clock for us. So number 12 drops back again. Pressure comes on. I think they sent a linebacker off the edge there, and he gets all the way home, and that is a big sack for UGA, and the clock is going to continue to run. Sick Nabin not trying to keep his guys running with tempo here, so a lot of time burns off. So just about a minute now on 3rd and 8. Number 12 finds number 2, and again, man, just so much coverage, man. 2-3 guys on all of our top receivers, and there wasn't much of a window for number 2 to haul that one in. A lot of contact. So 4th and 8, down to our potentially our last opportunity of the ball game. If we don't get something here, we don't get at least 8 yards, we are done. So number 12 wants the long ball and airmails that one over the head of his receiver. Man, that one had no shot. I mean, he's been pretty accurate all game. He's had a couple miscues there, but didn't even give his receiver a choice. So 3rd and 3, Georgia, we did have all timeouts, so Georgia's trying to burn as much clock as they can, and we make the stop on 3rd down, so we blow our final timeout, and Georgia's going to have to give us the ball back with 45 seconds left to go. So we are not completely dead in the water. We still have a chance. So on 1st and 10, 12 dropping back, steps up in the pocket, and hits number 3 right in the hands, and he can't haul it in. Wouldn't have been much of a gain anyway, so I don't know if you really wanted that, but regardless, got to make that catch. So on 2nd and 10 now from our own 20, 33 seconds left to go. Another down to the clean block. Another clean pocket as he finds 84 across the middle for a check down, and he hauls it in. But again, now the clock is running. This is exactly what I didn't want in the last play, but now the clock is running here, and now number 12's got to get very far down the field, and he does find 84 again for a humongous pickup, and the clock is going to stop because of the first down here, but we have to move very, very fast and get the spike off if we can. Got to clock the ball and maybe give ourselves a chance at maybe a shot towards the end zone, as we'll see here. So now the ball's been spotted, so the clock is going to run here. We're going to get down to 13-12, and 12 is going to spike it, and we're going to stop the clock at 12 seconds. And so we will have maybe 1 or 2 shots downfield to try and get into the end zone. Number 12 drops back, and the pressure is on, and it gets home to number 12 as he gets sacked. And the clock is going to continue to run, and we're going to have to try and run and get back to the line, but the time is expiring 1-0, and that is it. The championship game is over. The Bulldogs hang on, and the SEC title is theirs as we fall to Georgia for the second time this season. And it looks like we have found Sick Naben's kryptonite. We flipped it from real life. It was not his kryptonite. It's Kirby Smart's kryptonite. Alabama is, but in the game world, Sick Naben seems to have a problem getting past the Georgia Bulldogs as they stand up firm in this ball game and grab the second victory over the Crimson Tide. So of now their 11 wins on the year, 2 of them are against your Crimson Tide. So it's really, really difficult here. We outplayed Georgia by just a little bit here. It was a fairly even game. The score does reflect that, man. The perfect kind of matchup you'd expect from 11 and 12 in the country. Both of us have a 50% third down rating. If we complete 1 or 2 of those, I mean, I don't think it makes a ton of a difference because we didn't find ourselves in the best of positions anyway. Really, the turnover battle is, I think, where we can probably highlight our shortcomings. I think that's probably the best place to look because that pick in the end zone, I mean, that's points right there. So even if that's not completed for a touchdown, that's still points. So number 12 still has a great game. We can't be too mad. 21 gets silenced on the ground a bit, which is unfortunate. 84 was very active in this game as well. Our left guard, of course, man, just lighten up the line here, and he's obviously going to get American honors again. I would guarantee that he probably does. So that ends our conference reign here. The running back for Boise State, not Ashton Jeanty, not back here, but I'm sure someone knows who this running back is in real life. But he wins the Heisman. So our conference play is over, but that does not mean our bowl season is over. We obviously are qualifying for a bowl, and that bowl is going to be against the Michigan Wolverines in the Capital One Bowl in Orlando, Florida. So I forget the seeding for this. I think it's, what, 2nd or 3rd in the Big Ten? I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I'm not going to say it. So come back to Orlando, Florida next time when we take on the Michigan Wolverines. Going to need everyone there, man. Root us on.